Hello everybody, my name is Dave. Today I'm going to show you how to install cracked apps. I'm also going to show you how to back them up so that if you ever have something goes wrong with your phone, you can always get these cracked apps back onto your phone. Now you need a jailbroken phone. I have the iPhone 6 Plus and it's running iOS 9.0.2. And how you're going to do this is you're going to install these two tweaks or apps. One is called AppCake and the other one's Appsync Unified. That's all you need, and I'm going to show you how all step by step how to do all this. Now, the best place to find Appsync Unified, by the way, Appsync Unified is a way to trick your iPhone into thinking that you purchased an app and allow you to install it on your device. AppCake is a store that has web links that you can download, apps that have been cracked by people so that they can share them along with their friends. Now, you use AppCake so that you can download usually paid apps for free so that you could try them out before you buy. Then you could support the developers that way. But I'm going to show you all the repos that you need. Now, let's just take a look at my installed apps. And if you have any questions on these installed apps, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm also going to show you my sources. Now, these are all the sources that you need. These are like, say, websites or repositories or databases that you install this link to that website and you get all of the different things. Like, for instance, you can get packages, system tweaks, utilities, things like that. So the two that we're going to use for this video are Bite Your Apple, and that's repo.biteyourapple, one word, .net/. And the other one is Karen Pineapple repo, and that's cydia.angelxwinged, all one word, .net/. Now, in case you don't know how to add a repo, you can edit and then hit add, and then this pops up and you put that web link that I just mentioned. Okay, so once you get it, you have both repos. We can go ahead and install the different apps. So we look for AppCake, and the best one is this one here, and that's the Bite Your Apple repository. It's version 4.96, and this works with iOS 9, iOS 8, iOS 7. iOS 7 has an iTunes sync feature so that you can connect your phone to your computer and back it up to iTunes. But for iOS 9, you can't do that, but I'm going to show you how to back up these apps in case something ever goes wrong with your phone. You can put these apps right back on as long as you have this Appsync installed. And that's the next thing that we need. So here, Appsync Unified, and that's 5.6-1. Please get it from Karen Pineapple repo, because I tried the other ones with the same version number and I had trouble installing cracked apps. I guess this is the one that works. So make sure you get that repo into your sources. So once this is all set up and you installed both of the apps, basically we're done with Cydia. So now we're back on our desktop, and we could see that AppCake has been installed. So we're going to bring it right over here, and we're going to open it for the first time. Now it starts out with this screen here. This is the AppCake home screen. This is also where you find settings on that gear up on top there. There's categories, so you could pick a category of what app you're looking for. There's a downloads tab. This shows what's been being downloaded. This is what's done downloaded. You can also add torrent links by pressing the plus sign. And you can see what has been imported from your computer or from another device. And I'll show you a little bit more about this tab a little bit later. So there's also a search feature, so you can click in and add a search for a particular app that you may have seen on the App Store. And then there's updates, and these updates are the apps that are legitimately installed and cracked, and you choose to update it through AppCake. But you can also see that you can just dismiss it because you know you're going to update it with the legit app store, and you'll just ignore it, and then you can go to your ignored and see that you can always update it afterwards as well. So let's go back to the home screen here, and we're going to click the gear icon. Now there's app management, which you can see all your apps on your phone, and there's Wi-Fi transfer, and that's how we're going to transfer to other devices as well as backup over the internet or a Wi-Fi, I should say, to our computer, where we can back these up into a folder that we create called Cracked Apps Backup or something. Then you can automatically install, which I don't like to do. I like to make sure it all downloaded correctly, and then I click the app itself and install it. And you can delete after install, which means you delete the download of the app before after you install it, and it'll delete it. So there's keep awake, and keep awake means that your phone won't go, even though you have sleep set. After 3 minutes, it won't darken the screen. It'll stay lit up the whole time while the app is being used. You can remove metadata so that the app store, the legit app store, or any app store doesn't ask you to do the latest version. There's iTunes Sync, but it only works with iOS 7. iOS 8 and iOS 9 don't have iTunes Sync, which you would connect your computer with the wire, and it would upload it into your list of apps on your iTunes. Then there's BT download only over Wi-Fi. This is just BitTorrent. If you don't want to use your bandwidth, you can, and your data plan and all that stuff, you can set that. And then there's feedback, change log, and all that. And then there's language, where you can select a language of your choice. And they have a whole bunch of languages that have been translated by followers. And then there's clear image cache, so that you clean up different things. So now let's take a look. And there's also a watch list, so you can add things to your watch list as well on the home screen. So now let's install a couple of apps. I'm just going to show you one thing real quick. This is my hard drive that I have in replace of my CD-ROM drive, and that stores all of my iTunes songs and apps. But I also made a folder called Cracked Apps, and these are some of the apps that I already downloaded using AppCake, and I'm going to show you. This is my backup folder, so that I can always take them, put them back on over Wi-Fi, and send it back to my device. But I'll show you a little bit more about that in a second. So first things first, let's do a search, and we'll take a look at one of those apps. Matter of fact, let's do a featured app here. It's going to take a long time because it's like 3 gigs. Normally it's $7.99, and the good thing is, when you find an app here in AppCake, you can also visit the App Store, and it will link right to the App Store, open up, and it'll show you the price. And this is the actual App Store, Apple App Store, and it'll show you the price, give you a little bit more of a description. Maybe you want to watch the video, see the version number, things like that. And then you can just always cancel, and it goes right back to the AppCake. So we're not going to do that one. That one takes a while because it's 3 gigabytes. But let me show you real quick what it entails to download an app. So you can share this, just telling people about it. This is a torrent download, and everything's automatic. So when you click the download button, you're going to be hit with a bunch of links, and you could choose either one of these links, whether you're a member or not, for the fast speed and things like that. But otherwise, you click on one of the links, and you get this that pops up. Sometimes they give you fake advertisements, fake download buttons, things like that. So you have to look around. You got to be careful. You got to find the actual link itself. So I imagine this is the one. Hopefully they don't trick me into looking at an advertisement, because that's what these sites do. So we're going to hit slow because fast is going to ask you to become a member. So file pup, click OK to continue, and you're going to see now, once you go back to downloads and you go into your download tab down here, you're going to see, so that obviously wasn't the link. So let's go back. This is, these sites, they want you to, buy things. So let's find another site, and if that happens to you, you just go back into a different site. So we'll go now to a different site and see if it's a little bit more easy. Now, I found that this site, if you ever have a choice, is best to use. Now, take this little check mark off, because they're going to make you download a manager and things like that, and then just click download. And now it's going to go into the downloads. It sees up on top, it says download started, and it's going to start downloading this. This is over my Wi-Fi. So it's 447, it's about 2 hours. But like I said, this is a really big app. This is a 3 gigabyte app. Let's leave that running. And the good news is, if you come out of your app and it's in the background, you don't have to have background running because there is no settings for that, but it will continue to download while you go do something else. Once you come back, it's still there and it's still downloading. So that's nice that it works that way. So let's now search something that's a little bit faster. I know when I downloaded originally GTA Vice City, it was much quicker because the size of the download was much smaller. So we'll click that, and like I said, you can visit the App Store and you go to downloads, and we'll do media free. Let's see. All right, well, you have to deal with these sites. You have to find the right one. What was the one that I liked? Let's see. Mediafire. No, that's not the one. The file. Let's try this one. So this one redirects you, but let's just go right back and click cancel. See, the back button in iOS 9 is a nice feature. So it says here, create a download link. So that's the one you click. You see that it has a bunch of million things all over the place, but that's the right one. And this is going to download fairly quick because it's only 923.9 in size, in megabytes. So we'll let that download. They're both downloading, and then I'm going to show you. I'm just going to let this run and fast forward, and when we get to the end of the download, I'll show you the next thing. Okay, we're coming to the tail end of the download of Grand Theft Auto, and you can see that it's been completed. So now if you go into Downloads tab, you're going to see it there. So now we'll click on the app and we'll hit install. And then it'll start to install. It takes a little longer than the usual legit app because it's been cracked and the file size is bigger. Okay, it's done now. And now if we close AppCake, we go here and we have the game itself. So we'll hit it and we'll start it up and I'll show you that it works. Alright, so the game works. We're going to close that out. And now I want to show you something of how to back it up. Now, say something happens to your phone, you lose your jailbreak, or you upgrade by accident, you lose Appsync, and you have to re-jailbreak, and then you put Appsync back. But now you have to re-download all the games, and these games take a long time to download. So I'm going to show you how to back it up onto your computer. So in settings, under the main tab there, we'll do Wi-Fi transfer. Now what we could do is we'll open up, it tells you to open up a browser on your computer, and if you just put in the IP address here, HTTP, and it tells you exactly what address to put in. You hit return, and you get a list of all the folders that are there. So if you open up this one, if you open up downloads and download it, you'll see Grand Theft Auto. And as soon as the other one is done downloading, you'll also see it in this list here. So let me just check one more thing. Import it is going to be where you would put an app that you downloaded from your computer that's cracked, and you put it into here, and you'll be able to install it with the installer feature that is in here. Okay, so let me show you about downloading it. So if you open up this folder and you hit download, if you just click here, you'll download it to your computer. And then once you download it to your computer, you can show it in Finder, and it will be right over here. Now anytime that you want to put it back onto your device, if you erased it by accident or re-jailbreaked or something like that, you just take it and you toss it into the import folder right over here. So I have a couple that I saved already, and I'm going to pull those out, and I have it under cracked apps inside this hard drive here. So say I want to make the Minecraft game, I could do that. I could put it in the folder called import it, and it's going to show the progress bar here. It's going to go all the way to the end, and then when you go back into the downloads tab and you go under import it, you'll see Minecraft there. So that's pretty cool. You can't back it up with iTunes, but you can put them back and forth from your computer to your iOS device, and so on and so forth. So this has been AppCake, and the newest version works with iOS 9. If you have any questions about any of the sources or apps that I have installed on my device, or how this works, or if you're having any trouble, feel free to leave it in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. And finally, we lost Installous a couple years back, and now we have something that we can try out apps before we buy them. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you, and have a nice day.